Hey, everyone ready? It seems the team's attitude took a roller coaster ride, making a 180-degree turn. To find those vampires hiding in the city's dark corners, Blade decided to focus the operation on the local vampire hotspot. Rumor has it the vampires consider this their secret hideout. With the target clear, Dad and Crossbow are on external lookout duties while Blade leads the crew into their first team building exercise. They cross layers of security, sneaking into the basement. As the steel door slowly opened, a chaotic vampire dance party greeted their eyes, and at that moment, Norman sensed Blade's arrival through his note. To boost efficiency, team members scattered, each searching different areas, while Nissa carefully scouted the second floor. Suddenly, Norman grabbed her, but strangely, he didn't kill her. Blade arrived promptly, unhesitating. He fired a shot, and surprised Norman actually got exploded by the silver bullet. Meanwhile, outside, Crossbow was facing an ambush. Dad, perched on the roof, seemed to have vanished, and before long, the team realized these vampires could even shrug off deadly silver bullets, a real bunch of Iron Men. Facing the same kind of creature, Master Nye pinned it to the wall with a silver sword, only to find that the creature broke free, slipping away along the wall. Team member tussled with the creature and was sucked dry at lightning speed. Crossbow was surrounded, and in a pinch, he flipped on the UV lights in his car, immediately turning the nearby vampires into toasted marshmallows. He quickly alerted everyone about this discovery, and they promptly adjusted their strategy. UV light became their weapon of choice. Meanwhile, Blade and Norman's fight reached a boiling point. He realized that the once effective anti-hard blood meds were proving useless against Norman. Almost instantly injected, it was expelled. Just when Blade struggled, dawn broke. In the rays of sunlight, Norman scurried away like a scared little critter, while the infected teammates started showing some unusual signs. Silver bullets, decapitation failed them. Blade saw a form her teammates dodging, then he shot through the roof. As the teammate was set ablaze by sunlight, Nuge and the missing Dad showed up for a tag team. Everyone thought he went rogue, but Dad had captured a monster alone. He got stuck in the drain while escaping, extremely weak. Due to their impure bloodline, the vampires transformed by Norman had noticeable physical defects. Their bodies simply couldn't handle the rapid metabolism, and they would burn out if they stopped to eat. Eventually, they successfully starved to death. After dissecting this mutant, they found massive changes throughout its body, especially the total hair loss. The chest bones rearranged, forming a tougher exoskeleton to protect key organs, and fragments would hug prey wounds more extensively, topped off with some nasty fangs. Could secrete neurotoxins to paralyze prey and speed up blood flow, while their tongues had devolved into tubes, allowing them to drain an adult's blood in just 2 seconds. So this research was utterly useless. Sunshine was the only solution. Dad quickly crafted UV wristwatches, and they put in the latest protective gear. They took action at dawn, fully armed as they sneaked into the frequently visited sewers. However, before the hunt even began, the bitten bald guy went and played undercover. And next thing you know, at the entrance of the sewer, he gloriously fell off the map. Seeing her lover turn into a monster, the red-haired girl was heartbroken. Unable to accept it, she opened the manhole to join the bald man in death. At the same moment, in another section of the tunnel, a ghoulish mound of bones stacked high, creating a surreal scene. A lurking underwater monster suddenly launched a fatal attack. Blade instructed Nissa to escape quickly while pulling out a UV wrist device. At explosion, light erupted everywhere on contact. They vanished, daunting in number. Team members fell one by one, leaving only Nissa, Blade, and Mediterranean on the battlefield. With no backup, they found themselves surrounded. To help Nissa break out, Blade chose to stick around and delay most of the battle. He activated the UV bombs, and his countless UV wrist devices detonated simultaneously. The released light instantly illuminated the sewer, forcing Nissa and Mediterranean to dive underwater. Though not Ash, they were badly hurt. Blade instantly slashed his wrist without hesitation, using his own blood to sustain Nissa. As for Mediterranean, who cares? Meanwhile, the escaping Dad serendipitously dodged all dangers thanks to Norman having no intention to pursue. He also informed Dad of the real deal going on, and just then, Blade was unexpectedly ambushed by a vampire. Dad couldn't escape and woke up imprisoned in the Vampire Empire's base. The Supreme Leader secretly experimented with genetic modification to eradicate vampire weaknesses. They even used his son, Norman, as a lab rat for the experiments, resulting in him becoming a full-fledged monster though he was immune to silver and garlic. He still feared light, seen as half-baked by the leader. This devastated Norman, leading him to seek revenge on the vampire world. Norman's convenience led the leader to ally with Blade in a double deal that would allow them to take out Norman while also using his genes to create vampires surviving in sunlight, aiming for complete species evolution. But Blade isn't a pushover, even if weapons confiscated. The culprit? None other than Nuge. Turns out he was the mole the leader had planted next to Blade. Even Dad's capture was to lure Blade in. Everything was in. However, the seemingly passive Blade was fully aware of the changes in the situation. From the minute Nuge joined the team, Blade had already seen through his identity. The untampered Dumb One was re-engineered by Blade. With detonation activated, Nuge was instantly blown to bits. Mediterranean immediately ordered his minions to shock Blade unconscious, after which he was carted off to the lab. They tied him to the table with steel needles, starting the cruel bloodletting. Meanwhile, Norman's voice burst in. In a frenzy, he decimated the vampire army, tearing apart their impenetrable defenses with bare hands. The leader panicked, quickly whisking Nissa into the elevator. In the chaos, Dad pried open the glove compartment using a tool no thick. While Mediterranean was distracted, he launched a surprise attack, slipped into Blade's imprisoned lab, and rescued him from the table.